Hi chums, right, here we go again, another potato reveal. These are called blues. They're a very nice potato. They're a flowery potato, meaning that once they're cooked they're very dry inside. In Ireland we tend to prefer a flowery type of potato. In England people tend to prefer a more waxy potato, which we would call a wet potato. But some of the salad potatoes I grew were waxy. They hold up very well for boiling and cooling. These ones here wouldn't. When you boil these and let them cool, just fall apart. They'd be no good for salads and stuff. But that's the sort of thing we particularly like. We like those to eat with dinner and stuff, rather than put in salads. So these were blues that were given to me, a handful of those little tiny things that you find when you're taking the other potatoes out. I put them in last October, hoping to maybe get spuds for Christmas, and nothing happened. And then suddenly in spring they started growing, and they grew very well. So I'm hoping for good things here. The blues are a kind of rite of passage here, so I'll hopefully get a good result. So I'll nip in here and take this apart. I've decided to do this now because of sunshine. I've had a couple of horrible days. I was supposed to do it on Sunday, but it's been pretty bad since then. So here we go. Well, that's not what you call a great start. Those are the sort of potatoes that I started with, ones that size. I don't know what's going on here. Those are like ones that have rotted, but they're not the size of the ones I started with, so it's not the old ones. That's more the size I started with there. Right, that seems to be it. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, but 16 decent spuds and about maybe 7 or 8 small ones. So that's not too bad, although I'm kind of mildly disappointed because I wanted more. But there's no limits to people's greed, especially mine. And I suppose after the success I had with some of the other bags, I was hoping that everything would be even better in this one. But saying that, I'm quite pleased because I started them at the wrong time of the year and they seem to have done okay. So those will boil up lovely. Um, really flowery inside and beautiful taste. So that's blues. Right, I'll stop this and clean up and do another one later. Bye bye.